You deal briefly with the kind of danger in this kind of post 9/11 world, and I'm so glad that the idea came up that, you know, yes, this is the same material that makes nuclear power can make nuclear weapons. And I wonder if it's interesting that you're making this movie now, because it seems like this argument has just been made so much more difficult by Fukushima and by the kind of the omnipresent threat of terrorism.
You think?
Yeah. I mean...
Well, Fukushima happened as I was in the middle of production. Yeah. I was, you know...
And you went there?
Yeah. It was probably the most important thing I did personally.
Was to challenge your own fear?
You can't... Well, not my own fear. It's just, you know, it just reinforced a view that I had before, but it really reinforced that facts alone, you can't just tell people facts and data.
Right.
Particularly in something like this, there's an emotional component here that trumps all of that. And by going to Fukushima and walking around there and seeing what happened and knowing that I was safe, but also recognizing that things weren't what they were and things weren't what they should be. And so my rational brain is telling me, you know, this is totally fine. I'm totally fine. I mean, the levels are elevated, but they're not anything that's going to harm me. But my emotional brain was like, this is really fucked up. And it is fucked up. And it should never have happened and should, you know, nobody in my film and me, like, if the future of nuclear power was building more plants like Fukushima or 3 Mile Island or San Onofre or any of these, if that was what we're talking about, you know, I guess looking around, maybe we'd hold our nose and go, okay, but it wouldn't be anything to get excited about. What we're excited about is the future of this technology, the totally different kinds of reactors. And that, you know, that got, you know, people like James Hansen and other people excited about using this technology to solve climate change.
But I'm curious. I feel like that's interesting to hear you say, because I feel like I didn't get that as much as I would have liked you from this film to hear you say, you know what, we're not saying we want to build more 3 Mile Islands. We want to use nuclear power in a safer, cleaner way for the future. I mean, it's definitely in there. But for those skeptics who are looking for reasons to push back on your film, like, that is such an important thing to hear. It's almost like you want the film with you sitting there and going, look, you know.
Well, it's something to get excited about. Look, there are 440 reactors all over the world. We've had nuclear power for 50 years, and there's been 3 significant accidents, only one of which has caused any fatalities. So even as it is, it's kind of remarkably safe, particularly how stupidly the whole thing was developed in the United States. It's amazing, actually, how safe it is. But it's not something to get all really excited about. It's not, you know, people get motivated for a dream of something positive, and I think a lot of environmentalists think that, you know, supporting nuclear power is like holding your nose, and I disagree.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Exactly, I disagree. I feel that supporting the potential, the future of this technology, which we have really available to develop, actually enhances my values as an environmentalist. It makes my values real and tangible. So I feel more empowered as an environmentalist than I did before.